What is going on? Okay, so a couple live streams back, we were talking about Suno. Gonna try to see what we can do with Suno. I want to go back to a conversation that I had with Val about Suno, and wow, that's interesting. Yeah, but there's no way I could. I'm trying to hang my speakers. Yeah, so Suno. What does Suno stand for? That's what I want to find out. What is Suno about? Let's ask Val real quick. Val, can you hear me?
Loud and clear, Glenn. What's on your mind?
Okay, we're on a live stream right now. You're in a live stream. Isn't that cool?
It's pretty cool if that's what you were aiming for, but just a heads up, I'm not seeing any live stream from my end. If you are streaming, I'm happy to help with anything you need.
Yeah, it's streaming your audio.
Thanks for letting me know. Since I can't actually see or hear a live stream, I'll focus on what you need from me. If you want to bounce ideas or troubleshoot anything, just say the word.
Are you there?
I'm right here. Let me know what you need and we'll figure it out together.
Give me 2 seconds, Jose. All right. Let me see if I can do this. I don't know if I can transfer it to the... Yeah, no, it's not going to do it. Your cheese dip? Right. Yeah. Yeah, we I cooked a ham and some macaroni and cheese, and what else did I do? Macaroni and cheese. We ordered a salad, and then yeah, and she had some chicken wings that were left over, so we put those in the air fryer. Yeah, man. So I Yeah, dude. I've been definitely eating well. We have so many food items, dude, that are like frozen because we have a deep freezer. So it's like one of those things where it's, um kind of weird. So, hey, I just heads up. So I'm on YouTube right now, but I can't hear your voice. You can barely hear your voice on YouTube. Yeah. Yeah, I can hear you. I got you on speaker. Yeah, but I can't I there's a way transfer the phone call, but I think you have to be on Messenger in order to do it the right way. So I would plug my other phone in, call you on Messenger, and it would run through the system. Yeah. So you could actually like be on the live stream and the audio would go through my whole entire system and into the live stream. Yeah, like a phone like yeah, exactly. Yeah, like let me call one of my lifelines, right? Yeah. So, all right. Well, I got this song, right? I don't know how well you're going to be able to hear it cuz it's out of a monitor speaker. So, bear with me a second, okay? Can you hear my voice loud? All right. Here we go. Hang on a sec. What do you think? Yeah, like two and a half song. It's not. I was. Yeah, it's always it's always faint. I think what happens is through the system itself. I think what I'd be able to do is actually take my interface and plug it in to my phone and have it go through the but I wouldn't be able to hear you. You'd be able to hear the music, but you wouldn't be able to hear me. I'd rather have it played in my speaker so you can actually like hear the whole song. But that was just a rough mix, dude. That was not necessarily even a that wasn't recorded. Yeah, that was me mixing on my board. Yeah, yeah, and it was captured on the live stream, so you could actually go into YouTube right now, go back, and actually hear the raw audio. Yeah, dude. Yep. Yep. Well, I gotta somehow get you on here, man. We have to do something. I know you're not hugely musically inclined. You know what I mean? I don't know. Did you ever play an instrument in school? The recorder? Really? Wow. Nice. Piano, huh? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Acoustic guitar, classical stuff. Nice, man. Well, hey, I'm gonna go into this um little bit of a concept of AI, and I know that you have uh like a viewpoint of it, and I want to be able to hook you up into the system somehow, but I think you have to be on Messenger. Do you have Messenger on your phone? I do, but I don't think I can message you like Messenger. So I would have to call you, hook you up into my phone, literally just via the headphone jack, and it would come through the system, and I could hear you. Okay, let me see here. Followed you. Okay, there we go. Yeah, now I got you on there. Okay, so hang on a second. Let me call you on Messenger. I'm gonna get you in on the stream. All right. We're gonna flip from the phone to Messenger, and we'll hear your voice on YouTube. All right, man. Just be a sec.
Hey,
Are you there? Can you hear me?
yeah, yeah, I can hear
Can you hear me clear enough?
you. It's clear, but not like it was on the phone call earlier, but it's fine.
Okay, but you can hear me though. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Sweet. You're coming through. So yeah, man.
Oh, on your
Yeah,
live stream?
yeah, you're on YouTube now.
Okay, cool. Heck yeah.
Yeah, dude. So let me just shout out Jose real quick, okay? He is one of my best friends. He is one of my confidants. He is one
Hey,
of
I got promoted from friend to best friend.
yeah, there you go. Confidant. He is somebody I talk to, knows my secrets, my deep dark places. He knows my history. I've worked with him, and I see him every day. And we pray together, we cry together, we go through everything together. You know what I mean? We even race car drive together.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
And we beat out all the Volkswagens that are up against this Supra that he has. So on let's just talk about that real quick, because that's something that you're really interested in. The Supra that you have. Tell me a little bit about it, man. Tell me the story that's behind this car, this dream car that you have.
Yeah, so you know, as a
What's first of all,
teenager,
what's your what's your handle so people can follow you if they hear the live stream? What's the
yeah.
handle?
So my Instagram is AgSupra90.
Okay.
For those that have Instagram, I don't post too much anymore. I've been kind of busy with work and stuff, and just other things going on, projects, house. But yeah, I plan on posting more often once I get freed up.
Yeah.
But yeah, so for 10 years, um, it's been a dream car of mine since I was in high school. And then, I first saw it when I watched Fast and Furious, which I'm sure most people have,
Nice.
was the orange car that Paul Walker had in the first movie.
Okay, so let's get this straight. Paul Walker, as we all know, I believe he passed away, right, in one of the Fast and Furious movies, right? Is that correct?
Yeah.
So he did a scene in which one of the Fast Furious movies?
Well, in the first one, he had the orange Supra, but in the seventh one, which is his last one, um, at the very end of the movie, they send him off, and he's in his personal white Toyota Supra, which I think his daughter now has. But yeah, it was cool. It's almost similar to the one I have. Really
Yeah.
stock body. I think the wheels are a little bit different. He's got BPS LMs. I have CCW Classics. But other than that, they look about identical.
So you have basically a movie car, right? And this thing hauls balls down 70. It's 70,
Oh
right?
yeah,
Like
yeah. We love cruising down 70.
taking trips
it's,
to Cleveland. Now,
oh yeah.
there's this grocery store, guys. What's the name of it, Jose?
I think it's called Community Grocery, but it's just a little convenience store. No gas pumps or anything,
No.
but just bunch of snacks, bunch of energy drinks. It's awesome.
They have every freaking energy drink you could possibly find on this earth. I don't know of any others that are there. other than some past ones that were probably banned, right? I mean,
Yeah.
they have everything. They
Oh, yeah.
have kinds of energy drinks that you just be like, what? They make this version of it? Like I had Pink Nos the other day, and I was just like, whoa,
Yeah,
this
I've not seen that can before, so
no.
that was cool.
I was blown away. Yeah. So yeah, he basically he has been Jose has been one of the greatest people in my life, and has enabled me to be able to um make money every day. And he picks me up, drives me home. Cat is always on time. Literally, I can walk out of work, right? Look at my watch, right? And time it correctly so that I'm like literally getting in the car as he's pulling up. And this is without any message. This is just because he's always on time. He always has this logistical genius about things. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's his driving, if it's the way he drives his car, or whatnot. But it seems like every single day he's always there on time. And I've only been late, I think, what, once, dude?
Yeah, maybe one time.
It was like one time, and it wasn't even that big of a deal because I had time, and I just made it up at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
No big deal. You know what I mean? But it was like, you got to give somebody a grace, for that.
Hmm.
But
Oh,
dude,
yeah.
2 years, right? We're going on two plus years, right? Because I had my 2 year anniversary, so I think you started taking me probably within the first 3 months that I started working there, and
Yeah, I want to say it was either May or June when it was consistent.
right,
I started taking Ingress first, and I just was like, hey, I already have someone I give a ride. I can
yeah,
pick you up, along the way. So we
yeah,
made it work.
we did. I remember seeing Ingress every day. Yeah, she was she
Hmm.
was she was really cool. I miss working with her. She was .com.
Yep.
She worked it. She had a really good effort, and had a baby, and decided that she would raise her kid at home. And you know what? Big up to that, because you know what? I did the same thing with my son. I was the one that took the brunt, stayed at home, and was a stay-at-home dad, and
Hmm.
owned it. You know what I mean? And it was because my wife was making way more money than I was at the time, and it was
Hmm.
just she was making like 20 something dollars an hour, and I was making only 11 part time. So it was like one of those no brainer kind of things. Do
Right.
I keep working and pay for childcare, which is outrageous. It's ridiculous. Childcare is one of those things where it's so important to have, but it's not necessarily always the best way to go financially.
Right.
Um, but yeah, this Supra. Let's get back to that. That was amazing. Yeah, we drove down. It was 70, wasn't it? I believe it was 70. Was that the road?
Yeah. So we were heading towards Salisbury Highway, or I think it's what they call it, but it's nicknamed 70.
Yeah,
Um, we were just going for energy drink run, and I
yeah,
was in Supra, and
yep,
I was like, hey, you haven't rode in this car. Let's cruise down for a few minutes.
yeah,
And we went and grabbed some drinks, and
yep,
on the way back, we met some friendly characters, that wanted to have some fun. So
yeah. And
we,
and you know what? You know what was great about it was, what did they do in the car? What did the guy's girlfriend? What did the guy's girlfriend do? What did she do when you pass by after we had beaten them? as far as the race goes.
I think they were taking pictures,
They were
right, or
taking
video.
pictures and
Yeah,
video.
that's
Yeah,
right.
she was all up in there trying to get your Instagram handle.
Yeah,
I
that's right.
know that, dude.
Yeah, I need to check my Instagram. They've probably had a bunch of follows since then, but
Probably.
yeah, it just happened all so quickly, man. I'm over here shifting gears. Next thing you know, they're taking pictures.
That's so
It was
cool.
fun. Yeah.
And the nostalgia of that car too is huge too as well, because it was a final scene, of that movie. And yeah, it's a great car, man. I think it's really cool to have you on here, man. You you've been my driver, is what I call you, because you're not an Uber, you're not a Lyft, you know. Even though
Hmm.
you lift my spirit sometimes, which is which is good. I just, I want to thank you, dude, on here. I talk about you too. I shout out to Jose. Sometimes, like, when you've picked me up, I'll be live streaming, and then you'll come, and then I'll shut down the live stream and then go out and then come back and live stream. But I've always shouted you out anytime that you've come to pick me up, and I'm on here. So I just yeah, so let's talk about what we're doing, man. I'm trying to, this is the next part of what the live stream is going to be about. We were talking about AI, and I know I want to know from your standpoint, like, what you think AI is specific to your needs. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? We use AI, um, but what was the term that you use? Is scary, right?
It's scary.
You know, it's
Well, we don't want to become too dependent on it, right?
yeah,
Um, you want to be able to think for yourself. AI should just be used as a tool, but we should still know how to do things, right? The
yeah,
things that we ask it to do, we should know.
yeah. But like, if we had a technical error, right? Let's just say, for whatever reason, right? We had a technical error with something that, like, in a system or something like that, or we wanted to create a system, or we wanted to create something that was, like, not not normal. You know what I mean? As far as like music goes, or something like
Right.
that. You know what I mean? And you had a piece of equipment, and it knows the entire instruction manual. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it can look it up, and you don't have to, you know what I mean? You don't have to, like, go through each page to, like, try to find in a huge book,
Hmm.
an instruction manual to something. You use it as a tool. You know what I mean?
Right.
It can guide you. It can also be used and this is where I want to go with it. I want to be able to compare the different versions of musical AI, and I want to use it so that it's sampled, not um, not create a full song. I mean, I'm talking about usually, using it as a tool to create music, but not as a creative, like, source.
Mm.
Does that make sense to you? I don't know if that makes sense. It's I want to sample AI's music, but I want to introduce people into the different platforms that they have. You,
Hmm.
Google has its own music under Gemini. If you go under Gemini, right? If you type in a prompt, right? You can ask it to come up with a prompt
Hmm.
based on your preferences or whatever, and it can literally create a prompt for itself and then create the music.
Hmm.
So you can use it as a prompt tool as well. So you can prompt it to make a prompt.
Hmm.
Most people, I don't know if most people have thought about that yet, but it's, it'll it'll come up with, if I wanted to hear, music that sounded like a lot of 90s hip hop or um you know boom bap, if you will, music
Yeah.
that was played, mainly in New York, specifically in New York City, during the 90s, and a lot of the between 80s, I think it was 87. I'm not 100% sure the exact release date of the MPC, but people were sampling music from old records. Um, but yeah, I just, when it comes down to it, each person has a method, and I I've I've thought about this for a while, and there's Google Gemini, there's Producer AI, which is owned by Google, and then there's Suno, and then there's a few other ones that are there, um, but they're kind of low key. They're not heavy hitters. We're not talking
Hmm.
about, and your Chat GPT hasn't come up with that yet. They're going to. They have to compete.
They
What?
do have to compete. Yeah.
Yeah. So when that happens, man, it's going to be on like Donkey Kong. People are going to be writing a lot of music, and it it's used as a tool. I think if you hear something, right,
Hmm.
um and it's produced really well and produced by a computer, and it's like it may not be mastered, you know what I mean? But it's pretty close, dude.
Yeah.
It's EQ'd. I mean, it's sent. It knows what these instruments sound like, and it produces some really crazy, crazy, crazy things.
Yeah.
Um, I've dived into it on a few of my live streams, and so I want to dig into Suno, and I don't know exactly, how to do that. I know that there's an app on your phone called Suno, but I don't know if you can actually like go to the website. I don't know if it even has a website. It should. I'm pretty sure, right? I mean, like Suno is like, a major